Hello and welcome to another episode of the Tejano Traveler. I'm your host Wally, and today we are on the Texas Lakes and Prairies Trail to take a look at the Fort Worth Botanic Garden in Fort Worth, Texas. This is a pretty cool botanic garden. I enjoyed it a lot. It's pretty big and it's got different sections. And when you go in there, the first thing you should experience is a giant atrium that they have. It's a big old greenhouse and it's got a lot of tropical plants and some waterfalls. It's pretty amazing to see all the greenery. You feel like you're in an actual jungle at times, but no, there's a roof over you. And they've got all these sculptures and statues and water features. It's pretty interesting and pretty cool, and I liked walking through all the different plants. Of course, it's kind of humid in there because these plants need that humidity, but it's pretty cool. I like seeing all these tropical plants because they all look weird and alieny, and some of them are huge and have big old fronds. Some of them are tiny. Some of them are colorful. Some of them are just weird little tulipy looking things that hang down. And then this one that looks absolutely fake, but it's not. And then all these other flowering plants, which are pretty cool. And some of them were sprouting their fruits. And as a fruit lover, I wanted to eat some. And then I got to roam around the rest of the gardens. They've got plenty of flower beds that you can look at, and there's always some seasonal flower growing. I was there during the summer, so that's what was blooming, which was pretty cool. And I always like ponds. Ponds have always fascinated me, and I've wanted one at home, but I live in an apartment. Look at those lilies. They're very pretty. I like them. And then I've seen this plant like a billion places. And all your little trails have statues and benches, so if you get tired, there's always a nice shady spot to sit and enjoy the view and enjoy the nature surrounding you. Like I said, it's pretty big. You get to definitely walk if you were here. So go check out these flower beds and some of the gazebos and enjoy your time at the Botanic Garden of Fort Worth. Definitely worth visiting. You should visit this one in conjunction with the Dallas one and then compare both, see which one you like more. I kind of like the Fort Worth one more, but I think children would like the Dallas one more. And like I said, they have ponds everywhere. And they have classical gardens and then this terraced stairs that go up to one of the observatories up there. It was pretty cool. This is probably my favorite part of the whole botanic garden, seeing the different flower beds and the way they lay out the garden and the designs. Some of them are geometric, classic looking, and it's very well done. It's my favorite section here in the park. And then they have a Japanese garden, which is very traditional and very unexpected. I thought it was going to be a small one, but it is not. It's a pretty big part of the botanic garden. It's almost its own section. So I am making its own separate video so that you guys can see all there is to do at the Japanese traditional gardens. And a lot of these traditional gardens, when they have a Japanese section, they just have a pond with a couple of koi fish and call it a day. But this was definitely big, definitely involved, and there was a lot of koi fish to look at. There's something I love in life, it is koi fish because I think they would be tasty to eat. They just look really chunky and flaky, don't they? And I love this mirror that they, no, moon bridge that they had there. Also, I'm not sure if it's a current exhibit or if it's temporary, but they had all these plastic looking huge animals there. These sculptures were hidden throughout the park, and you can go there and see them and interact with them. They were kind of cool. I liked them. But there were elephants and snails and alligators and these big old ducks and these birds. It was really interesting to see. And they all look like they're just like created with a big 3D printing machine or something made out of plastic. But these wolves are my favorite. But that's Fort Worth Botanic Gardens. Thanks for watching. Make sure to leave a comment and like and subscribe. Bye bye.